What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Bubbles Buzzer Beater, the unofficial official Buzzer Beater YouTube channel. Today I just wanted to talk about the BuzzerBeater Madness Tournament. As a lot of you know, I have not participated in it until this season. When I joined the middle of last season with my new team, I was already out of the tournament, so I was very excited to learn about this tournament and kind of do a deep dive on it so that any of you who might not know exactly how it works or what payouts are or just the structure of it, I learned a lot along the way, so I'm hoping I can teach you guys some things as well. But basically just a quick history on the BBM tournament. It came into effect season 54, so it's still very, very recent. But essentially, it groups all the teams on Buzzer Beater into different tiers. There are 15 tiers this season. I believe it started with 14 tiers, and they consist of about 1,000 teams per tier. And then, you play against your opponents, and you try to win, and you get money for winning games, and it progresses in like the Swiss tournament style. So, pretty cool. Now, a quick Buzzer Beater Madness overview is you can see that, as I said, you're divided into separate tournament divisions based on world rankings, and the games are played at max enthusiasm. Also, it's like a private league game, so minutes don't impact your training or game shape. However, players do still gain experience, and players cannot get injured long term. So they can still suffer in-game injuries, but you don't see any like 1 week, 2 week injuries coming from these games. So you can really play your best lineup every single Buzzer Beater Madness game. Minutes don't matter, doesn't impact game shape. So you have a lot of flexibility with what you can do, and it's a good test to see what your team can do at its ceiling. So you can try out some different things as well, but it's a good opportunity to just figure out where your team is at its best, and I'll encourage you guys to check out your team rating specifically for Buzzer Beater Madness games, because you can learn a lot from them. So when are BBM games? They are every Wednesday for at least 7 weeks. So when the season starts, you'll play 7 like round robin games where you'll play against different teams in your tier. And then if you make the tournament, so typically the tournaments are for just teams who go 7-0 or 6-1. It's very, very rare to see a 5-2 team make it to the actual final bracket, but they are every Wednesday for at least the first 7 weeks. And then the important thing to keep in mind is that the game times will fluctuate weekly. So you can see for my team right there, one of the games was at 9 a.m., whereas the following week, it's at 10:35 a.m. for me. So it's a lot like the B3 tournament, where the game times will fluctuate. So setting those in advance, I always recommend setting them a couple days in advance. Even if you wanted to do it like during your Saturday game time, I like to use halftime or just during the Saturday game to kind of preset some of my lineups for later on in the week, since game shape and training update has already occurred. But yeah, every Wednesday is when the BB Madness games occur. So the structure, as I said, it starts out where you have a like qualifying stage play, where each team plays 7 neutral site games. So you'll still see a home away team listed, but just know that it is neutral site. And then similar to chess tournaments, as I said, it's like the Swiss system. And then, as I said, after that, the top 64 teams qualify for the seeded knockout stage, which is also played in neutral arenas. So just like the B3, player eligibility also plays a factor, where if you add players later on in the season, you'll notice that some of them won't be eligible to play in these knockout phases. And then there's just an example of kind of what to expect for the seeding. As you can see, every 6-1 team made it, and not a single 5-2 team made it. And I looked across the different tiers and different seasons, and that was pretty consistent across the board. So you kind of get one free loss, but then it's up to you to win all the rest. Now for prizes and just a quick update from BB Justin. So the qualifier stage wins is pretty small, but across all of the tiers, so whether you're tier 1 or tier 15, you'll get 20,000 per qualifier stage win. And then if you do make the 64 team knockout section, then if you win that first game, it's 30,000. Round of 32 is 40,000. Round of 16, 50,000. And then the quarterfinals, semis, and final game go up even more, where you're looking at 70K, 100K, and 200K. So it's a nice little bonus for managers who might have like team infrastructure weekly maintenance, where if you're winning that qualifier stage win, that's 20K, so that's paying for a lot of maintenance fees if that's something you guys have. Or if not, then it's just a nice little boost for you. But as you can see, recently BB Justin posted in the forums under the BuzzerBeater Madness thread, and he just let us know that he made some adjustments to it, and the BBs discussed a process that only allowed teams to be in the same tier if they are within one division level from each other. So I heard that when it first started, there were some Division 4 teams who were competing against Division 2 teams, and Division 3 teams competing against Division 1 teams. So basically they limited it down so that you're not facing large discrepancies in like roster salary based on league differences. So you can only play against a team that's one league above you or below you or in the same level as you. And then, as I said, there are 15 tiers right now. So it looks like this is the first season that there is a tier 15. BB Justin has been doing a great job of advertising the game, and it seems like users are starting to grow slightly. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a tier 16 in the future as well. But yeah, so that is kind of what I wanted to discuss today. Pretty straightforward video, but I have seen a lot of different questions about this. And I know a lot of this information is in the forums and in the game manual, but it's just helpful to have it in a video formatted style as well for you. So if you do have a moment, feel free to comment down below and just let me know which tier you're in. Since my team is very, very new, I am in tier 15 down at the very, very bottom. But I'm curious to see what my subscribers are and which tier they're in. So just give me a quick comment down below. Let me know what tier you're in, and let me know how you're doing in the BuzzerBeater Madness Tournament. We should have the second week of games going on right when this video comes out, and then knockout tournament later on in the season. So I'm excited for this tournament, and it's something that I think is a great addition to BuzzerBeater. It gives a lot of managers something to do on Wednesday where you previously didn't have a whole lot to do unless you were very interested in watching B3 games for other teams. So I think this is a great addition to BuzzerBeater, and I think they're doing a great job. So until next time, guys, I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.